Okay guys, this is my back storage shed that I keep all of the stuff that I buy that are antiques. The reason why I keep them back here is because I'm a little bit superstitious, meaning that I think that certain antiques hold certain energy, meaning that I don't bring any antiques in my house just because of that. I've heard many horror stories that people buy these antiques, they hold some energy, and they crazy thing is they become haunted. So I leave it in the back room. I don't bring anything in my house that is old or whatnot. I leave it in my storage shed, I leave it in my garage. Nothing like that comes in my house just because I don't want to screw up the chi. Call me superstitious or whatever. A lot of this stuff back here, I pile up for garage sales. So all this stuff you see here, some of it's my own. I keep as storage, but a lot of it's for garage sales. That, you know, when spring comes around, try to get rid of a lot of the bulk stuff. Have some vintage levels, a box full of stuff that just, you know, blow them out for $1. Things that I'm not gonna list online. I have boxes and boxes. So this video actually is about this thing right here. I paid $150 for this right here, not to resell, but the reason I bought it, I'm gonna show you. Let me prep the cameras and I'm gonna cut to the video, so let's go. Okay guys, this is a vintage cash machine. I paid $150 for this machine, and I didn't buy it to resell. Obviously I am gonna resell it, but that was not my main intent to purchase this cash register. Came with a bunch of keys, because some of these basically have keys everywhere on them. I don't know if you know about antique vintage cash registers. They have keys. So looking at it, how this works, this is actually the agent section, meaning that when they put these cash registers in stores, whether it's I don't know, ice cream shop, for example, they had different agents. So today we have POS systems, which is point of sale systems. You log in with your code, and then basically it's your account. If you're a salesperson, it shows you how much you sell each day. Back then, they used to have agents, meaning that if you're agent A, B, D, or E, that's who you'd log in as. Some of them have keys where you'd have to turn it. I'm agent A, key, I only have access to the agent A account. And it would actually show up here what agent is basically ringing up the customer. So how it would work is if I'm agent A, I'd come in, I'd sell a customer an ice cream cone. I'd hit agent A, I'd hit, okay, we're selling it for $20 and $4, so $24.40. And then you'd have to click it, boom, it'd come up. Obviously this doesn't work because there's no power. It would bring up a subtotal. Some of these basically would have tax charts. So basically the tax charts wouldn't be incorporated into the machine. Agents would have to come, look at a tax chart, and then basically put in the amount for tax, and then do a complete total, meaning that the tax would be added up on a piece of paper. This one has a tax button. So with this machine, you'd add up your total, you'd hit it, subtotal, you'd add the tax, subtotal, boom, and it'd be a sale. It also would have different departments where you can go liquor department, clothing department, ice cream department. So basically where you're selling it, you basically have your departments. The paid out, basically, you'd hit paid out and this cash register drawer would open, right? It would have the serial number here. You could load your paper for receipts on the side over here. Turn around, this thing is heavy. It's a freaking paperweight. So basically this was where you load your paper and a receipt would come out. But the reason why I purchased this was not for the history or to have a freaking huge paperweight. What I purchased this for was sometimes when you find these old registers, money gets stuck in these drawers. Now, if you ever come across one and it's cheap, why not pick one up? I've seen videos on YouTube where people buy these machines and they throw them off buildings and they try to see if there's any coins in there. You don't need to do that, because if you're paying 150 bucks like I did, I'm not going to throw $150 over the ceiling or over the roof to find coins. That might not be worth anything. There's a couple of tricks you can do. You could try to turn it on and go to the series of A, agent, boom, boom, ringing it out. If it turns on, pay it out, boom, this should open up, right? You could try to get a screwdriver and try to jam it in here, which I wouldn't recommend. But there's also a trick I'm going to show you. If you pull this to the side, right? And I haven't done this yet, so I want to see if there's coins in here. And you opened up this drawer here. That's all the insides of it, right there. All right, let me get my flashlight so I have a better light. You can see all of the workings, the papers and whatnot. Tells you basically the voltage. This looks like it was from the NCR. There's some spider webs too, gross. National Cash Register Company. This was basically in Redwood City. Actually, I purchased this in Redwood City. So this was from Redwood City, California. But how do you open this up? Well, let's see if there's money in it, right? Let me put my camera. This thing is heavy. It's like 300, 400 pounds. So how do we open it up? There's a little trick here. So is there going to be coins in here? Let's find out. You can manually override these things. So please don't throw these off the building to find coins. People do find coins. They find bills. It gets jammed up behind it, but it's pretty rare. And I don't think I'm going to find coins, but we're going to find out. You never know. So there's a little override lever in the back here. Turn to the side. Right here. So if you ever get one of these, just hit this lever. Now it's going to be different on different models, but that's all you need. You don't need to plug it in. It'll override and push out the cash register. So you don't have to throw it off a building. So let's see what happens when we hit that override. All right, here we go. There you go. Overrides up. Is there any money in there? I wouldn't think there would be money in the actual cash register. There's a nice little Budweiser bottle opener. It's kind of cool. Made in, doesn't say. A couple more skeleton keys. Look at that right there. It's kind of cool. But the money wouldn't get caught up in here. The money would get caught up in here underneath. If you pull this out, I gotta put the phone down. There should be a little override where you can pull this out, right? Comes off the track. And money would get stuck in here. So let me get my flashlight again. Probably should have got my other flashlight. Let's see if there's money. Let me get the camera down in there. And it doesn't look like there's any money. A lot of dust. I don't see any change or anything like that. But if you do find them, sometimes people find coins and bills that get lodged up behind here. And I'm not seeing anything. I just see a lot of dust. So basically this 150, I do need to resell this to get my money back. But hey, you know what? I'm willing to take a chance to see. You never know. There could be some old coins, some old bills. They'd be worth a lot of money. But then the other thing too is that these things are cheap. They do sell for a couple $100, meaning that $150 for this machine is not too bad. And I've seen them go from $500 to $800, depending on what model this is. Now, this doesn't turn on. I tried to turn it on. It looks like it needs a little bit of electrical help. It's all rotting, it's deteriorating. So probably what I could do is I could I could put a new cable on here, meaning that I could restore the electrical. They sell these at Home Depot just to go back like this again. back, open it up, and put in a new electrical cord in it. So, kind of give you an idea what it looks like all around. I'd rather be flying. This guy had, I don't know if this was for pens. I think it was for pens or cigarettes. Looks like it was for pens. There's a pen or something in here. Put my finger in there, Black Widow coming out. But I think you could put cigarettes in there, pens. That's the working inside, which is pretty cool. Imagine this. We came from this to point of sale systems. Look at how far the advancement in technology is. Would you rather have one of these in your store, or would you have a simple iPad where you can just log in, sign? It's amazing, the technology, but still, look at the manufacturing on this. All the little working pieces, how detailed this is. It's a work of art. So, 150 bucks for this, no golden change, no bills, that's fine. I'm gonna put a listing or listings on how much they actually sell for. So again, if you do find one of these, this is how much they go for on the screen, at least similar to this model. But if you're interested in trying to find coins and bills, pick it up, it's cheap. Remember the override, it's right here. Pops open, there you go. Override, please do not throw this over the roof or building. That's stupid, you're ruining a piece of history. Appreciate you watching. Scout out.